Hello, my name is Mike Prom with KETIV Technologies. In this video, we'll take a look at some more tech tips from our AMA classes. Tech tip number 4. I need a fillet on my part transition to look more smooth. Basically, we want to be able to look at a fillet and not see the tangent edges. To understand that, before we look at the options, let's take a look at the positional, tangent, and curvature options in design. Positional is just a sharp edge. Tangent is our standard fillet, and curvature is a smooth blend. We can see with the zebra stripes that you do not see where the fillet starts and when the fillet ends. Now inside of Inventor, we have different options in our fillet tool that allow us to change from a standard fillet that we're used to a new G2 fillet, which again allows us not to notice the transitions where it starts and stops. Now if we looked at our analyze there, we could see just a simple white and black sharp line on our edge. But now if I come in and make a fillet, we'll see that there'll actually be different tangent lines. So here is where we can go to a smooth G2 or do our standard tangent fillet. Start off with, I'm just going to do a tangent fillet, and we can see our tangent lines when the fillet starts and the fillet stops. If I want to get rid of that, I can come in here and I can change this into our smooth G2, and this will get rid of that tangent line, again, where the fillet starts and the fillet stops. Make this a little easier, we can turn on our Analyze tab. Next tip is I make some videos out of Inventor, but the videos I make always look grainy. A common misconception is that this is actually your graphics card. In reality, it's an actual codec. Now, TechSmith makes a great codec. I use it to record these Camtasia videos. You can use other codecs that you might have as well. Now, basically here, when I come in and I say save, and I just have a IPN file here, notice that I have different codec options. Now by default that TechSmith is not there, that's why I showed you to download it. But if I save it as a different than the standard ones that come with most computers, we'll notice a difference. So the first video here, see those graining lines in the background? That's done with the standard Microsoft codec that comes with my computer. Now in this next video, I actually downloaded the TechSmith codec, installed it, and then when I went through those steps to record, I recorded it using the new TechSmith codec. So the big advantage here is the background is nice and smooth. I don't have those gradient lines. Again, common misconception, it's actually your codec, not your graphics card, that's causing the gradient lines in the background. You can experiment with different options that you may have, different codecs, or again, download. I use the TechSmith one. There's other codecs out there also for free. In our next tech tip, we see that I'm trying to find a constraint that's failed in a large assembly. Now, if you have a really large assembly, it may be very difficult to go in and find where all these errors could be. If you dig into some of our assemblies or components, we can see where those mates are, but I have to go in plus and hit all of them. Well, I can simply switch from assembly to modeling mode and notice that those mates are gone in my parts and assemblies. However, they're in a folder now that contains all my constraints. Here I can just select the constraint that's causing me an error. In this case, I'm just going to use the recovery tool. I can step through this. It's like next, I'm just going to delete this constraint. And now I can continue on with my workflow. In the final tech tip for this video, I want to select a single component in an assembly, and I'm not able to do that. Instead, it's grabbing the whole subassembly. Inside of Inventor, if I right-click while holding Shift, notice I have the capability of changing my part priority. Notice here when I'm trying to select a single component, it's grabbing a whole subassembly. If I switch to a part assembly, notice how I can now grab a single individual part from the subassembly. Besides Shift and right click, I have my other option up here, which are the same. Or again, I can right click and Shift to give different options. What this allows me to do is select a single component and open this up and continue on with my design. Thank you.